Hi everybody, Nick with you. Thanks for joining me on my channel. As always, if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Hopefully you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend or Columbus Day if you're in the States. It's time now for another Week Kings recap. This one from Saturday, October the 7th, 2023. Brandon looking to get back on their winning ways when they host the Calgary Hitmen. And it's the first ever bring your dog to the game night. I won't get into that. But anyway, very uneventful though for the first 15 minutes or so of the game until the 15:55 mark when Calgary opens the scoring. Sean Jagirl, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, there's like 4 consonants to start the name. Anyway, he gets his first of the season from Carson Wetch, and it's 1-0 Calgary. At the 16:17 mark, Sean Jagirl gets his second of the game, second of the season. Carter McAdams and Carson Wetch get the assists on that goal. So it's 2-0 Calgary after the first period. Penalties, Ethan Moore for Calgary and Quinn Manti for Brandon both get roughing calls at the 16:46 mark. And then in 19:28, Dominic Peter gets called for tripping for the Brandon Wheat Kings. So the second period, Calgary has like a minute and a half power play to start. Nothing happens from it. Brandon does get on the board at 9:06. Caleb Hadlin with his third assists from Jaden Weens and Quinn Manti. So all of a sudden it's back to being a 1-goal game. That's kind of short-lived because at the 15:55 mark of the second, Ben Kindle gets his second for the Calgary Hitmen. Tyson Galloway and Keith Fawcett with helpers on that one, and it is 3-1 Calgary after 2 periods of play. Penalties in that period, Matt Henry for Brendan gets a cross-checking call at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. At 13:21, Carter McAdams for the Hitman gets called for roughing. And at 16:20, Oliver Tulk gets called for checking to the head. So, not sorry. And then a bit of a melee at the 20-minute mark of the second period. Calgary, Carson Wetch gets called for roughing. Carter Yakimchuk gets called for roughing. The Brandon and Nolan Flaman gets called for roughing, and Rylan Rosema gets 2 separate roughing minors. Evan Graining is serving one of them. So Brandon again shorthanded to start the third again. Nothing comes of it. So the third period we go at the 5-minute 20-second mark. Dominic Peter gets his 4th for the Wheat Kings. The assists from Rylan Rosema and Charlie Ellick. So it's back to being a 3-goal game. And then at the 8:16 mark, Dominic Peter again with his 5th. This one, the assists go to Rylan Rosema and Roger McQueen. And we got a tie game. It stays that way until the 12:53 mark of the third Calgary. Carter McAdams with his first. The assist goes to Sean Jagirl, and Reese Hamilton makes it 4-3 Calgary. And that's how the game would end, with no penalties in that third period of play. Shots on goal, Calgary had 13 in the first, 14 in the second. 11 in the second, 14 in the third, for a game total of 38. Brandon with 7 in the first, 11 in the second, and 10 in the third, for a game total of 28. Neither team could capitalize on the power play. Hitmen were 0 for 3. Brandon was 0 for 2. Brandon had the edge in faceoffs, winning 35 of 65 and 54%. Calgary scored 30 for 65, 46% on the faceoffs. Goalies, Ethan Buenaventura for the Hitmen got the win, stopping 25 of 28 shots for an .893 save percentage. Taking the loss tonight for the Brandon Wheat Kings was Carson Bjarnason, stopping 34 of 38 for a save percentage of .895. 3 stars, Calgary Sean Jagirl gets two goals and a helper for the first star honor. Dominic Peter with the 2 goals for Brandon gets 2nd star honors, and 3rd star Carter McAdams from the Hitman with a goal and an assist. The attendance at the game was 2,559. And looking at the records, Calgary now improves to 2-3-0 with 4 points now in the regular season, while the Brandon Wheat Kings drop to 3-1 and still have 7 points on their record so far. So that's going to be the last home game for the Brandon Wheat Kings for a while. They start a 7-game road trip, their biggest of the year, next week, with stops in Lethbridge to take on the Hurricanes, Then they take on all of the American teams, including the Wenatchee Wild, who we knew before as the Winnipeg Ice. Brandon's next home game will be on October the 26th, a Thursday, when they host the Moose Jaw Warriors. As always, I'll be at the southeast corner, front row of section 108. Come and say hi. I would love to meet you. So what did you think of the game? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to Nick Adams on YouTube. Click on that bell. Turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you again.